All right, hey, Shalom Makyam. First and foremost, like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consist of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. According to the Holy Scriptures, we're God's chosen people. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the confusion of faces, all the brothers and sisters out there that's continue to hold on to the faith and sincerity and truth. And what you're looking at is a true depiction of the one ignorantly called Jesus Christ, whose real name in the Hebrew is YAHAWASHI. And Heavenly Father name is Yahweh, the one ignorantly called God or Jehovah. And they are so-called black men, according to the Holy Scriptures. So today I'm coming back at you with another lesson. Today's lesson is going to be based upon James Adair. Let me pull it up real quick. Finish off with James Adair, History of the American Indians. Let it pull up real quick. All right, you could buy this book. I actually had to print this book out. And in this book proves that the Native Americans of the tribe prove the Native Americans are Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Gad. So I'm not going to have time to go through this whole book, but one of the arguments this man was pulling up is dealing with their festivals and feasts and religious rites have great resemblance to the Hebrews. All right. So I'm going to pull that up real quick. I had to take a picture of this. Bear with me 1 second. So this argument number 8. It says, their festivals, fasts, and religious rites have also a great resemblance to those of the Hebrews, being Hebrew Israelites. It will be necessary here to take a short view of the principal Jewish feasts. They kept every year a sacred feast called the Passover, in memory of their deliverance from the Egyptian bondage. 7 days were appointed, and they gave you Leviticus as 23. To these they added an 8th through a religious principle as preparatory to clear their houses of all leaven and to fix their minds before they entered on that religious duty. The name of this festival is derived from a word which signifies to pass over, because when the destroying angels flew through the Egyptian houses and killed their firstborn, he passed over those the Israelites, the tops of whose doors were stained with the blood of the lamb, which they were ordered to kill, period. This solemnity, which means serious, was instituted with the strongest injunction to let their children know the cause of that observance and to mark that night through all their generations. 3 days before this sacred festival, they chose a lamb without a spot or blemish and killed it on the evening of the 14th day of Abib, which was the first moon of the ecclesiastical and the 7th of the civil year. And they ate it with bitter herbs without breaking any of the bones of it. This prefiguring, is kind of blurry, the death of the Messiah. This was the reason that this was the chief of the days of unleavened bread, and they were strictly forbidding all manner of work on that day. Besides, no uncircumcised nor unclean persons ate of the Paschal lamb. Those of the people whom disease or long journeys prevented from observing the Passover on that day were obliged to keep it in the next month. So I have something else to bring out over here as well. But this was given only unto who? Unto the Israelites, man. So first, let's get into how the Native Americans came over here pursuant to the Apocrypha. It's like Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. And it says, these are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea the king, who Shalmaneser the king of Assyria led away captive. So to get the understanding of that, you have to go into the book of Kings. See if I can pull it up in my scriptures. I think it's the 17th chapter, I believe. Yeah, start of book of Kings 17 and start at verse 6. To give you understanding what happened. All right, because our nation got split after King Solomon got split into the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. And the Native Americans made up as part of the northern kingdom. The Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians today. All right, who Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. So the Assyrians took them out of the land of Jerusalem and took them into like different parts of Iraq today. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. So eventually, after a while, they came over here through ships. All right. They left the Middle East, went all the way under what you call Africa today, to the Horns of Africa, and came all the way up to the North, Central, and South America and the Jordan Islands. That's where that's how the Northern Kingdom came over here. It took them a year and a half. That they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, which is over here today. That they might there keep their statues. See that? So they kept the Pesach, which they never kept in their own land. And they enter into the Euphrates River by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. All right. See that? Pass over. And through the country there was a great way to go, namely for a year and a half, in the same region is called Arsaret, which is America today. All right. Then dwelt they there unto the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come, the they that shall begin to come is dealing with Judah, Benjamin, Levi. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. Now, this is dealing with how they came over here, man. And when they came over, like the scripture says, they kept the feast of the Passover, man. They kept the Passover. The argument says their festivals, fast religious rites have also a great resemblance to those of the Hebrews. It says it will be necessary here to take a short view of the principal Jewish feasts. They kept every year a sacred feast called the Passover. All right. And that's plain, man. So let's get into that real quick and see who this feast was given to according to the Old Testament. Wait till this thing load up. Deal with Exodus 12. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak he unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls, every man according to his eating shall make count the lamb. All right. And your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. He shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. Where does it says the Pesach? Yeah, well, we'll get down to the point. This breaks down the whole Pesach. Let's go down to verse, and it deals with, he shall, verse 20, so he shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall he eat unleavened bread. So I'll link some with the argument that he made. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. All right. So that was given unto the children of Israel. Going back to what it says on verse 3, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel. So you got to read this for yourself. So there's proof, man, but it's only for the elect. Prove that the Native Americans are of the tribe of Gad from the nation of Israel. Okay. And something else I want to prove. Oh yeah, I got this information on one of the top chiefs back in the day, Chief Sitting Bull, man of war, man of honor and integrity. It says Sitting Bull was a Teton Dakota Indian chief under whom the Sioux tribes united in their struggle for survival on the North American Great Plains. It says a synopsis: Sitting Bull joined his first war party at 14 and soon gained a reputation for bravery in battle. In 1868, the Sioux accepted peace with the U.S. government, but when gold was discovered in the Black Hills in the mid-1840s, a rush of white prospectors invaded the Sioux land. Sitting Bull responded, but could only win battles, not the war. He was arrested and killed in 1890. And the war is still on, so we're about to win this war. Early years, arguably the most powerful and perhaps famous of all Native American chiefs, Sitting Bull was born in 1831 in what is now called South Dakota. The son of an esteemed Sioux warrior named Returns Again, Sitting Bull looked up to his father and desired to follow in his footsteps, but didn't show a particular talent for warfare. As a result, he was called slow for his apparent lack of skills. At the age of 10, however, he killed his first buffalo. For years later, he fought honorably in a battle against a rival clan. He was named Tatanka, Tanka, a Lakota name that described a buffalo bull sitting on his haunches. It says much of Sitting Bull's life was shaped by the struggles against an expanding American nation, known with Esau. When Sitting Bull was young, he was chosen as a leader of the Strong Heart Society. In June 1863, took up arms against the United States, the Edomites. For the first time, he fought American soldiers again in the following year at the Battle of Killdeer Mountain. In 1865, he led an attack on the newly built Fort Rice in what is now called North Dakota. His skills as a warrior and the respect he earned as a leader of his people led him to become chief of the Lakota nations in 1868. All right, some Gadite information, man. Chief Sitting Bull. Okay. Let's see if we have any more pictures of this brother. All right. Straight up warrior, man. Okay. So our people weren't no savages out here, man. Okay. As you can see on this garment, you can see the fringes on there. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Well, what else I want to show? I'll show you this quick video and close out. Oh snap! I gotta start this over. Show y'all this quick video, and I have some more information to close out on, and that'll be that, man. All right. Well, that's it on that. Could have let it keep going, but one more thing I want to point out in this book. So as the conclusion of the argument, it says, before I conclude this argument, I must here observe that when the Indians met at night to gladden and unite their hearts before YAHWAH, which the name of the Most High is Yahawah. See that? They sing YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, YAHWAHSHI, YAHWAHWASHKE, and YAHWAHSHI, YAHWAHSHI. All right, so they sing to Yahawah, YAHWAHSHI. Supposed to say YAHWAHSHI with much energy. The first word is nearly in Hebrews characters, and they ain't put it there. Pretty much from the name Joshua or Savior. Give you numbers, so on and so forth, man. So, so Lord will, man, it was an edifying lesson. Pull a picture of YAHWAHSHI. Unto the very elect, and Lord willing, the Most High keep the spirit on us, and to endure unto the end, Lord willing, we all make it. Shalom.